Good evening, everyone. The Gibson Cup is held each year between the Portage Lake Pioneers and Calumet Wolverines of the Great Lakes Hockey League. It's a best-of-3 series. Portage Lake had a 1-0 lead going into Game 2 tonight at D Stadium in Houghton. So needless to say, Portage Lake wanted to get things done. The Wolverines trying to even the series. Second period, off the bad pass, Wyatt Smith will find Mike Babcock, and that's 5-hole business, and it's a 2-0 lead for the visiting Wolverines. And 2 minutes later, Pioneers making a run. Charlie Turner on net. Kent Davatila puts it home, and the deficit is cut to 2-1. Wolverines were scoring at will in the second. Jeff Urkala, this wrister, off the post and in. It's a 4-1 Calumet lead heading into period number 3. But Portage Lake starts rolling back big time. Charlie Turner the shot. Pete Heinonen will be there and takes care of the business. The Pioneers scored 3 goals in the final 2:38 to tie the game at 6. So let's go to overtime. Wolverines seal the deal. Urkala to Emmett Bajorn, and he puts it home. That's a 7-6 Calumet victory. It forces a Game 3 tomorrow night to see who decides to take home the Gibson Cup for this season. The Michigan Wolverines have advanced to the Elite 8 for the 5th time with an 87-85 overtime victory over top-seeded Kansas in the South Regional semifinal, they say, in North Texas. We can't show highlights due to CBS restrictions. Trey Burke scored all 23 of his points after halftime, including a long-tying three-pointer in the final seconds of regulation to set up the overtime. The 4th-seeded Wolverines wiped out a 10-point Kansas lead in the last 3 minutes of regulation, and Burke gave them their first lead since early in the game with another long three to open Michigan scoring in overtime. Mitch McGarry also played very well for the Wolverines. Michigan will get the winner of Florida and Florida Gulf Coast. That game is still late in the first half. Meanwhile, on the scoreboard, Louisville has defeated Oregon 77-69. When I walked in, Duke had a 3-point lead on Michigan State, 41-38 in the second half. And in the NBA, the Pistons lost to Toronto. Thanks, Denise, 99-82. A couple Upper Peninsula high schools are starting softball programs this spring. Let's take a look at Ishpeming and its opener of the Superior Swing Tournament at the Superior Dome. The Hematites on the field for the first time. They played pretty well against Superior Central. Ishpeming, yes, a little nervous in the first few innings, but able to settle down and play pretty doggone good softball. The Hematites and Cougars finished the game with a 3-3 tie after 6 innings, so the first game is in the books for the Hematites.
Lots of fun, nerves, all that stuff, A lot of unknowns, and it was nice to see the girls come together as a team and show us what it's all about on the field.
I've really been looking forward to it. We've been working hard and doing fundraising, and we're really coming together as a team, and I'm really excited for the rest of the season.
The Hematites had a night game against the Escanaba JV. Escanaba's JV won 5-3, and Ishpeming plays at 10 o'clock Saturday morning against Newberry. Now, Ishpeming wasn't the only team making its debut. Say hello to the Kingsford Flivers. Flivers took the field first against the Marquette Junior Varsity, and they played pretty good defense. These girls have been inside the gym like everybody else for the past few months or weeks, practicing for the first game of the year, and finally being able to showcase their talents in the Superior Dome. Flivers, yes, again, a bit nervous, but they were happy to create some history in maize and blue.
Excited to be here. This is you think about the first high school team for Kingsford ever, and they're on it, and they're just jacked to be here. And so that excitement just goes through everybody. And like I say, we'll get it all figured out, and we'll play some really good ball here yet this year.
It's nice that it's our first high school season, so we want to make sure we represent our school well and the game of softball well, and hopefully we come out with a lot of W's, and hopefully we have a good season.
The Flivers played twice today and take on Munising tomorrow morning at 10:30. Well, let's go to some action on the field. Caught up with Escanaba and Marquette, top of the 5th. And for Marquette, that's Courtney Finkbeiner. Yes, tie goes to the runner. She beats out the swinging bunt, and she is on first base. After a base hit by Whitney Lefebvre, Lydia Seibert singles up the middle. Now Lefebvre will stop at third. Finkbeiner in the background scores to make it 3-0, and the Redettes hang on to win by the count of 3-2. Now keep that same thing rolling. Superior Central and Ironwood. And Peyton Aho drives one to right, has that nasty backspin that goes over the right fielder's head. Danny McCullough scores easily, and Aho arrives at third with a triple. Red Devils within 3-2 in the early innings. After a walk and an RBI grounder, Caitlin Tallstam. Oh, and this one's going to keep rolling for a while, and that's going to lead to a run, and here comes Tallstam. Oh, good grief, I got the go-ahead sign around third, and the throw bounces away, so yes, in Little League, we call that an inside-the-park home run. Not sure what we call it here. Didn't get the final score of this game, but more than a dozen games tomorrow at the Superior Dome. No team trophy, just a lot of good experience this early in the year.
Superstitious about these big contracts. His arm has to stay healthy now.
Oh, without question, yes. I didn't hear the word guarantee too much in there.
All right, thanks, Mike.